I've always been a lover of bicycles and cycling for as long as I can remember, even before I knew about love. When I was just 5 years old, my parents got me first bike. This bike used to be really big for me. The seat was on a really bad condition, but for me, it was the best bike in the world. I rode in that bike every day. I never got tired when I was in my bike. I didn't care if it rained, if the road had stones, if I feel there are still those scars from the falls on my knees, on my elbows, but it was something that taught my dad every row to get up, to keep going, as well as the routine in the bike that took my everywhere I wanted. With the passage of time and the adventures that bike was the much, but it was not an obstacle for me to continue it. I had other bikes with which I improved my skills and I feel more comfortable. Then with my friends we went out on weekends to ride two bikes through the mountains near to my city, appreciating the beautiful landscapes, the wind and fresh air, total peace of mind. We stopped to eat fruit, to laugh, and to tell our anecdotes. We feel an incomparable peace. However, I had a time in my life in which I stopped reading the bike for school, where I my different occupation that took all my life. So the bicycle was left in the garage. I rode on the bus, in the car, or on foot. I did not feel the need to use. It seemed that stage of my life had already passed. But I was really wrong. I needed to feel to peace that only the bicycle gave me. One day, due to protests in my city, I had to use the bicycle to be able to move to work. I was when I realized that the bike was a part of my life. I gradually returned to reading it, and every day I got more used to it. I had traveled through mountain cities, forests, and coasts. I climbed paths that have my legs burned and my heart pounded, and I walked down hills with the wind in my face, feeling like I'm flying. I gotten lost many times, but I always found the way back. I've been surprised by storms. I've been repaired pintures in the rain, and I've run out of water in the middle of nowhere. And yet, I love every second of it. Taking has given me something that no other part of life has offered me: clarity. When I on the bike, everything makes sense. There's a simplicity that push the pedal, move forward, the work comes down, and I can hear myself think, or better yet, I stop thinking and just feel. I've met people on the roads who have changed my life. Strangers both became compassion who shared tools, water, stories we wrote in silence, in laughing, helping each other on climbs, on difficult days. I learned to secretly speak a universal language, not with words, but with words, looks, and the occasional shared cereal bar. I didn't expect to fall in love with cycling again, but I have, more deeply than ever. And it's not just about the speed of freedom or bliss that I never knows in about the connection with nature, with people, with myself. Each outing is a story every clean, a challenge, each descent I give, and the bicycles, they are not just machines, they are comrades. They weigh by attention in a corner, ready to take you away when the world gets too heavy. They don't you, they only move forward with you and for you. Something I think of The 6-year-old boy staggering down the street with a smile bigger than his face. He didn't know what awaited him, or how many times he would fall, or how far he would go, but he knew something important. That two words could take him far if he had the courage to pedal. And now, after all the years, after all the miles I've traveled, I still feel that spark, that joy, that love, because I not only riding bicycles, I have life in them.